What is up, freaks and geeks, and welcome back to another episode of the OCD Decks Challenge. Last time we left off, I believe it was Friday. It may have been Monday. No, it was Friday, because today is Wednesday. Friday, we almost got to the end of FireRed. We stopped short. It was Saturday, now that I'm thinking about it. Saturday, because work stuff. I've got corporate coming through, so I've been working later. It's a pain in the butt. They're here tomorrow, and then my schedule is back to normal. Saturday, we had a super long stream. We had about an 8-hour stream. So we almost finished grinding, but it was, super grindy. So we took a break and we changed to some other games. So we actually didn't come back because we played, again, for 8 hours. So we are here back in FireRed. We're going to go into Cerulean Cave. All we've got left here, let's take a look in the party real quick. All I've got left is a Rhyhorn at level 40 and a Dragonair at level 52. Rhyhorn needs to be at level 42 and Dragonair needs to be at 55. And I do have one more rare candy, so we're just 2 levels each and we've got our level ups. After that, it's a little bit of breeding. Let's see. I need to breed Charmander, or he's no longer Charmander. I need to bring Charizard for Charmander, Charmeleon, and the 2 Mega Evolutions of Charizard. I need to breed Eevee 3 times for the Kanto Evolutions. I need to breed our new Omastar for an Ammonite, and the 4 in-game trades, and Scyther for the gender variants. We are really close, and that was a really long stream. Actually, it was really fun though, because we didn't plan on going that long. We just kind of played games and hung out. I played games with like 4 or 5 other people, and I just hung out with the chat. It was really fun. That might be something that we try to do, every other week, not too often, because again, 8-hour stream's a long time and I have to edit that down. Well, I don't have to, but I choose to. I actually did upload that yesterday. For my upload is the Overwatch highlights. I'm going to work on the Rocket League stuff later. But yeah, we are almost done. We have 2 Pokemon left to evolve, and then it's some breeding, and then we will go probably to some Overwatch for the rest of today. And then Friday we're going to be starting Leaf Green. And we will get through Kanto. There's 20 Pokemon that we need from Leaf Green. Technically a little bit more, just because we have to start Leaf Green, get a Squirtle, and send it over to FireRed and breed for that line, and then start Leaf Green again for our Poison type challenge. And like I said, that'll all be on Friday. I'll probably get the trade set up and have to do that off screen, because like I've said before, I've only got the 1 capture card set up, and I've only actually got the 1 DS with the GPA slot. So I'm going to have to find someone who I can trade with or figure something out. So I'll get it to work. But enough rambling. Let's go ahead and get into it. I'm actually not going to intro the YouTube series just because we've been grinding and training and montaging. I even wore the same shirt on purpose. So for editing, it's going to be nice and easy. So let's get to it. We're just going to go over here to Cerulean Cave and grind and get our last couple levels. And then we fly over to 4 Island and breed and ride a bike and hang out, because the last little bit is just grindy, so that gives us time to hang out, talk about stuff, while we just kind of grind in a cave and run in circles hatching eggs. So let's go ahead and surf over here. This definitely feels improved upon for the Master Dex Challenge. Well, thank you. Basically, I don't know if you've watched before. If you have, I haven't seen you in chat. I apologize. But basically, this is kind of my variation on it. It's called the OCD Dex Challenge. Basically, we're catching every possible Pokemon that you can encounter. Gender variants, alternate forms, shinies, like every possible thing that you can fight other than Spinda, because that is obnoxious. There's like 2 million something different forms of Spindas, and that's too much. Cogwhistle, thank you for the follow. Oh, we should definitely equip our EXP share. What am I doing? And basically the whole point is to catch every possible Pokemon you can obtain and do it on screen, because nowadays, unfortunately, the way the internet and everything works is you can be like, yeah, I did it, and they'll be like, okay, cool, you hacked it. And I mean, that's a viable thing to say if you don't have any proof. So here we are. I saw the OCD video last night. I've been working on Master Decks for a bit now. Oh, that's awesome. Thanks for checking the video out, and I'm glad you're here. how's your Master Dex quest going? And are you going to upgrade to the OCD Dex? And just be obnoxiously obscene with your Pokemon collecting like me? Alright, so Golbat. Just going to click Flamethrower. There we go. I mean, look, oh no, we can't escape the battle. It's not like we're grinding or anything. What's the Master Dex challenge? If I remember correctly, the Master Dex challenge is gotta catch them all, but it's basically a living dex and a shiny dex. Is that correct, Linwell? It's basically a crazy Pokemon challenge like I'm doing, but not quite as crazy. Let's see, but I think my favorite part of the OCD video was the fact that the creator is doing it and not using trades. That part really annoyed me in the Master Dex. Yes, that's actually a big reason that I wanted to make my own challenge, because everything that I've seen is just like, get the Pokemon. Like, it doesn't matter how you got them, where you got them, and I kind of wanted to add some more challenging rules. You know, it's a challenge. I wanted to add some more challenging rules. Like, you have to catch them all. They have to have your original trainer name. They have to be in the region that they were discovered in, stuff like that. And I feel like that adds more depth to the game and to the challenge itself. And yeah, like you said, as the one who made the challenge, I'm not going to just challenge you guys and just watch you do it. Like, I made this because I want to do it, and I want to see other people do it. And so we're on this crazy journey together. So we've learned with Dittos, don't kill the Ditto. Get it weak, let it transform, and then kill it, because we get XP from Charizard instead of XP from Ditto, so we get like 800 each. That's part 1 of the Master Dex, a living dex, but all Pokemon from their native regions. There are additions such as different levels where you could earn more points for doing a shiny dex. Okay, that's right, it was a point-based system. And like, you got different points for getting them from different things, like Jirachi from the GameCube, stuff like that. Like I said, I looked through so many different challenges, kind of seeing if this was a legitimate thing, or if I didn't want to be copying somebody. I wanted to make sure that this was legitimate. So it all kind of blends together, and I apologize. And we didn't bring Primate because we're just grinding, so we're kind of stuck in this little run here. We don't have Rock Smash. Alright, don't kill the Ditto. Don't kill the Ditto. Okay, good. $41. Alright, one more level. And let's not get greedy. We're not using the rare candy on you. We're saving it for Dragonair, because grinding in the 50s is a grind. Alright, we just click fly and get out of here. There we go. Right now I'm in Gen 2, getting close to finishing Crystal, but I decided I want to get the certificate in Crystal for a complete Pokedex after already transferring Gen 1 to Pokebank. I did Gen 1 without any breeding. That's awesome. The only reason I'm doing breeding is, one, you'll probably see later because I think those videos are gone now. Twitch only holds videos for 2 weeks. That's another reason I upload onto YouTube. But Scyther was such a pain. So we're breeding Scyther for gender variants because he took forever to catch. And yeah, so I'm being a little lazy, but I still caught him, and I still caught everything I'm going to breed with. And I'm going to try not to breed too much. The only ones that I absolutely have to are the starters and like gift Pokemon, like the in-game trades. Those don't have my name, so I have to trade, or I have to breed. Excuse me. And like Eevee, you only get one per game. Let's see. Oh, I almost ran away from that just on instinct. So I need to replay Yellow twice for a few legendaries and fossils again. That was actually the main reason I decided to go with FireRed and Leaf Green over Red, Blue, Yellow, because the virtual console would have been nice and simple for transferring straight to bank instead of the obnoxious transfer system that I have to go through to get these guys into bank, which I'm definitely going to do on my own time off screen. And I'll just show you guys, you know, same trainer numbers, same obelisk, blah, blah, blah. Like, I obviously caught them. But the gender variants, there's a lot of gender variants in Kanto, and there were no genders in Red, Blue, Yellow. So that was going to be obnoxious. And that's why I decided to go with these games. And because you see genders and you can breed, just to save a little bit of time. Scyther, oh man, that was a pain. Bad memories, right? Like, I love the design of Scyther, and he's like probably one of my favorite Gen 1 Pokemon just because he was cool. And as a kid, that was like, he was so edgy, but he was so much of a pain to catch. That, and for whatever reason, like on top of, back to Red, Blue, and Yellow, sorry, I just kind of thought it and didn't say it. For whatever reason, my capture card on my 3DS, I'm using the wireless one on that because it was cheaper. But for some reason, when you do virtual console stuff, there's this weird washed out filter. And I need to do some tests with it and figure out how I'm going to do Crystal, because virtual console Crystal is the only way to get shiny Celebi, like legitimately. So we may just have to deal with the ugliness. Let's see, I can agree with it. It was very obnoxious to catch Scyther for gender variations. Yeah. Especially in the early games, because then Scyther's already a pain to catch. Oh, we don't want to kill it. And then you had to just hope you were lucky when you transferred it. I don't think Cut's going to kill it. Yeah, it's going to be short. Ooh, that hurt pretty hard. Alright, we'll get one more cut and finish that off. Probably stop for some heals. Let's get you healed up. Do I still have heals? Ooh, I may be out of heals. Alright, so we need to buy more potions. Malwraith! Hey Mal, how's it going? Thanks for the follow. Thanks for the support. Actually, we're at level 52. Let's do a little 2-in-1 action here. I wonder if Celebi can be shiny from the Japan bonus disc. Yes and no. From what I've seen, it can be, but it's considered modding the game using the old disc, since it's dumb. Let's see. Dragon Rage is gonna do 40 always, so let's go for Twister. Oh, that little bit is a crit. Oh, they're level 52 as well. Okay. That's not very effective. That's good. He's Steel Electric, so Slam's not going to do much. Dragon Rage will always do 40, so let's see if Twister did 40 or less. Okay, so Dragon Rage it is. Ooh, here's the Tri-Attack. We have not had good luck with Tri-Attacks. Now Wraith, what's up my guy? First time joining the stream. I've been binging the OCD Deck series since yesterday. Thanks man, I appreciate it. Everyone in chat, Malwraith has actually played Overwatch with me a couple times. You may have seen him before. But I'm glad you can make it to a stream, man. We're actually going to do some Overwatch later if you want to hop in with us. I'm paralyzed and I've been hit pretty hard. Let's see if we can get one more. Really looking forward to Gen 3. I am too. I'm actually doing Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, and I've got to do it like 5 times altogether because of Deoxys and Delta episode and all that good stuff, so that's gonna be fun. There's gonna be a Delta episode spinoff. I'm not sure. I'll probably stream that. I'm trying to figure out for like multiple playthroughs how to go about that, like doing like quote unquote a speed run. You know, we're not stopping to catch everything, so we get through the game quicker. Or if I should do like a pre-recorded series and stuff like that. And actually, there's one thing that I mentioned a couple streams ago, but there weren't too many people when I asked it, which is kind of dumb on my part. I don't know if y'all have heard about a thing called Cute Charm. Cute Charm is an exploit in the 4th gen games. Basically, if you can get your player ID and your secret ID really close together, your shiny odds go like to 20% if the first Pokemon in your party has the ability Cute Charm. And I have a friend, basically, who is willing. The whole video I found from a guy called Hamster Bomb on YouTube, and I've got a friend who is wanting to get me and Kitten Hawk Heart Gold and Soul Silver Cute Charm games. And basically, we're gonna do a playthrough either way, but I'm rambling. What I'm asking is, would that count towards the shiny count because it's not a full-on hack, but it is an exploit? Or would it just be a fun little spin-off series? Like, I don't want it to feel like I'm cheating, but it's almost like shiny hunting for your ID numbers, because you have to just do it over and over and over again until those numbers finally line up. And then even then, so you're not guaranteed shinies, it's just more often. So either way, I think it'd be something fun to play as like a Let's Play series or like a little YouTube spinoff. But if enough people are okay with it counting towards the shiny counts, because even in it's Heart Gold, Soul Silver, Diamond and Pearl are the 4 games, and Platinum, but I'm not going to play Platinum, are the 4 games that it would work in. 5 games, I just said that. But basically, I could only get like 200 of the 8 to 900 something shiny Pokemon I need that way, and I'd still have to hunt them all down and find them. So again, it's the whole point of this project is it's, you know, based off the community, and I want to ask you guys, are you cool with that, or is that a little iffy? Let's see. Malwraith. Hi there, what team are you starting with? Hello, I'm not quite as avid into the mainline Pokemon games, so I don't think I'll be participating, but hey, what is YouTube is for, right? Breeding is going to be much easier in Gen 3 once I can access flame abilities, plus being able to navigate the PC boxes better. Yes, the flame body abilities are going to be so nice, and the PC boxes get so much better. Sorry, I started reading that in my head, realizing I wasn't reading it out loud. Let's see, let's go for a Ice Beam. Rhyhorn is at 42. Alright, so we're getting our final Rhydon here. This is going to be our Living Dex Rhydon. And I believe it is a lady Rhydon. Excuse me. So now we've got both Rhyhorns. We got 3 Rhyhorns. 1 Living Dex, 1 male, 1 female. And we've got 3 Rhydons. 1 Living Dex, male and female. Congratulations, your Rhyhorn evolved into Rhydon. But what's great is we've got to do this one more time when we get into Gen 4, ironically. Rhyperior. Rhyperior is a Living Dex and a male and female gender variant. So that is not the end of our Rhydon quest, but it is for Gen 1. Alright, I actually need to... Okay, good thing we lift, because Machoke can really beat us up. We need to take the EXP share away from Rhydon and give it to Dragonair. I have so many things I need to sell. I'm going to give it to Dragonair. We're going to put Charizard in the front. He is a little weak, but we are leaving the cave. We're going to go heal and drop off Rhydon. Ditto. There's that 800 XP we're looking for. All right, we're going for the Dragon Claw. Let's see. Oh, gotcha. Sorry, I thought you meant that you started the challenge yesterday. Watching is definitely interesting as well. Oh no, we crits! Yeah, see, 278 XP. Like, you get 4 times as much XP if we don't kill him and let him transform. Yeah, but the whole idea for the OCD Dex challenge actually stemmed from just trying to do a living dex. Like, I have always been interested in it, and I was like, Sun and Moon, you can get a lot of the Pokemon, so I was like, cool, I'll try it. And then I was like, this is getting really easy, because in X and Y, Sun and Moon, I should have just flamethrowered that. I don't know what I'm doing. It basically was really easy to get a living dex outside of Mythicals. Hey, look, we get another chance. And I was like, how could this be more of a challenge? How could this be more rewarding? And I just kind of went from there, looked up some challenges, kind of put my own spin on it, and, you know, here we are. Oh, actually, speaking of which, the count, I'm out of the frame, is up to 154 from that ride-on. So, breaking it down by generation, Gen 1, there's 210 Pokemon that we need, not including the shinies. So, the original 151, and then gender variants and mega evolutions. There are no alternate forms in Gen 1 or 2, actually. Alternate forms started in Gen 3 with Deoxys, and then after that they're a little more popular, Gen 4, Gen 5. And Gen, you know, onward. I was about to just keep listing them. And then gender alts actually didn't start until Generation 4 as well. They will still be there when you transfer to Gen 4 and up. So that's why we're catching them, you know, now. So you won't see the differences in game until we transfer them up to our next series of games. Thank you for waiting. We restored your Pokemon. Thanks. Let's boot up the PC. And move our Pokemans around. Alright, right on. You were going to the living dex. So all of these Pokemon, we talked about it in the last stream. All of these need to be traded to be evolved. And like I said at the beginning of the video, I only have one DS of the Game Boy slot. So I'm going to have to meet up with somebody, trade them all over, all this obnoxious hard work, or what most likely will happen, we have three 3DSs in this house? We do. I got a 2DS XL, I got the Pokeball one for this project, because I'm a nerd like that. Anyway, I've got multiple 3DSs, so when we move up to the next couple games, I can just trade with myself, so I won't technically have a full Pokedex in Fire Red and Leaf Green, but that's not the point. We're trying to catch them all and get them into bank, into the new games. So what I'm probably going to do is just transfer them over and get them into the newer games, and then I can trade with myself, and you guys can see that on screen. So that's probably what's going to be happening. I could have been moving boxes this whole time. I'm easily distracted. Alright, so right on. It's our living dex right on. Let's take a look at what we've got here. These are the starters. This is actually what we need to be breeding for once we get our Dragonite. Raichu is part of the team. Sandshrew and Sandslash are Leaf Green exclusives. Let's see who's over here. I'm looking at the wrong notes. Fix that window, sorry. Vulpix and Ninetales are this little gap. And then scroll over. Vulpix and Ninetales go here. Vileplume is part of the team. Primeape is part of the team. Alakazam is part of that trade box that we were talking about. Machoke, not Machoke, he's Machoke. Machamp is part of the trade box. There's Bellsprout, Weepin' Bell, and Victory Bell, Leaf Green exclusives. Golem is a trade exclusive. Slowpoke and Slowbro, Leaf Green. Farfetch'd. Farfetch'd is an in-game trade we do have, but we need to breed, so it has our trainer name and our trainer ID. Gengar needs to be traded. Let me get back into that box. My windows have to be super tiny in order to get everything on my screen, so I apologize. The older DS capture software is a pain in the butt. Hitmonchan is leaf green because you get one or the other. Lickitung is an in-game trade. We're going to breed for that here in a little bit. Staryu goes down there, and Starmie goes right here. And those are in-game, not in-game trades. Those are leaf green exclusives. Let's see. Next is Mr. Mime. Let's get the right window open. Next is Mr. Mime, which another in-game trade. Scyther. We do have a Scyther, but he is in the breed box because we need the gender variants. Jinx, in-game trade. Magmar, leaf green. Pinsir, leaf green. Lapras is part of the party. Ditto is in the breed box because, you know, Ditto. Poor thing. Eevee is in the breed box because we need our 3 evolutions that'll go right here. Then we have Porygon, which we're going to get in leaf green because for whatever reason in leaf green, you have to get Porygon in the Rocket Game Corner in either game. In FireRed, he costs 9,999 coins, which is obnoxious. In leaf green, he only costs 6,500, so duh, that's what we're doing. Ammonite we are going to get today when we breed our Omastar that we evolved last stream. And then Kabuto and Kabutop, same method, but you can only get 1 fossil per game. Dragonite we're going to be getting here pretty soon, and we actually got our Mewtwo here. And then Mew, not in here because it's mythical. You couldn't catch it in the game. But we do have a Mew in the Pokemon Bank. That's in the second video of the OCD Dex Challenge, basically talking about my gameplay and how I'm going to be going about doing that. So then we get into the gender variants. We got a Venusaur is what we're missing, so we need to trade and breed, so that'll be later. Alakazam needs to be traded. Down here. Scyther, yeah. And that's it for Gen 1 for the gender variants. And then after that, we've got Mega Evolutions, which, let's see. There's Venusaur, Charizard X, Charizard Y, Blastoids, Alakazam, and Gengar. Those two. Again, more trades. Pinsir, which is leaf green. Aerodactyl, you can only get 1 Old Amber per game. Mewtwo X and Mewtwo Y. And then there's Beedrill, Pidgeot, and Slowbro. And I believe that is it for Gen 1. Slowbro, yes. So, that being said, you may have noticed I need 2 more Mewtwo's, and we've got 1 Mewtwo, and there's only 2 games in this series. So, a little spoiler for you guys who are all hanging out here with me today. To build up to Let's Go, we're actually going to go back to Yellow. We're going to play Yellow, and we're going to do a Let's Play series. I'll probably be streaming it as well, but it's probably going to be like a Nuzlocke or a type challenge or something fun like that, where literally the only thing we need to capture is a Mewtwo. So basically it's going to be either we'll do a full-on Nuzlocke challenge, or it'll be up to you guys what the party's going to be. So, little spoiler, little sneak peek. That's coming probably October, because the games come out in November. Gives me enough time to stream it and do it, and then get it edited in time to get it out before the games come out. So that brings us back to the Catch Dump box, which is our party members that aren't hanging out with us. So we've got everybody healed up. Let's get out of here. Let's get into the cave, and let me catch up on the chat real quick before we get out of here, because I do try to be interactive with you guys. I don't want to just leave y'all over there and make you think, you know, y'all are... I mean, it's good that y'all are talking to each other. Sorry, rambling. I do that. But I like to be involved with you guys as well. Like, this isn't just me playing games and you watching. This is something that we can hang out together. This is something like, it's cheesy, but I want to be the guy that, like, you'd be like, oh, I want to go to so-and-so's house because we can just play games together, or like we can just be playing 2 different games and hanging out in the same room and it's cool. Like, I'm not like, oh, this streamer, I got to see him play for his pro plays. Like, no, I want to have fun, hang out, you know, hang out with you guys, get to know you all, be your nerdy friend. So let's see. We were talking about breeding. Let's see. We were talking about Mal was watching the series. Here we are. Nice. The Pokeball one is the one I'm currently playing on. Nice. I love that system because of the little button. I'm so easily entertained, and I was so happy to find that out after I ordered it. Mal was asking what's everyone's favorite evolution across all gens. Kitten Hawk said Jolteon, but I love them all. I do love the evolutions. Just the concept of this one Pokemon evolving into now 7 different Pokemon, 8 in the whole line, is really cool. And I'm hoping there's a new one in Gen 8 or possibly the new games. Let's go. Let's see. I hit a Gen 2 Quirk head on yesterday. Wow, I can't speak. In Generation 2 only, if the defense IVs of 2 Pokemon are the same and the special IVs are either the same or differ by 8, they cannot produce eggs. Bulbapedia was trying to breed my Starter Meganium with a Ditto. That is annoying because the breed system was really busted back then. Like, you didn't really notice until you were trying to do like specific things and it just didn't work. And as a kid, when those games came out, you were just like, why is my game broken? Because the game was broken. That was the problem. Linwell, Jolteon. I fell in love with it while playing Pokemon Gale of Darkness. Jolteon seems to be a fan favorite here. Kitten Hawk, back when I was a kid, I had a tiny Jolteon figure and a bouncy ball, and since then have loved it. That's adorable. I had one of those, but it was a Pikachu. It was the big fat Pikachu. Malwraith, Gale of Darkness was my first game. Totally confuses everyone when I tell them my first starter was Eevee. Umbreon has to be one of my all-time favorites. I do really like Umbreon. And ironically, like, it being the dark type, and since we're talking about Pokemon, just a little fun nerd fact, there's no dark type gens in the mainline series. Just thought I'd put that out there. Let's see, my favorite evolution, since we're all talking about it. I really love Jolteon, and obviously you guys do too, but I think my favorite is Sylveon, just because it's an adorable magical girl, and I'm a weeb. So let's just put that out there right now. Let's see. I spent about 30 minutes riding my bike in game wondering why I wasn't getting any eggs. Oh, that is so annoying. Malwraith, I own both an Umbreon and Jolteon plushie. See, you got the best of both worlds right there, Mal. Darth Brichter, hey, welcome to the stream. How you been, man? I was going to say I haven't seen you in a while, but we just played games together. Everyone, this is Darth Brichter. He plays Overwatch with us as well. And while you're here, we're actually going to be playing Overwatch once we finish up FireRed if you want to join in. Just can't beat that base Eevee. That's true. Little Eevee is adorable. Kitten Hawk. What? I haven't seen an Umbreon plushie. I want one. I want all of the evolution plushies because the actual like Pokemon Center ones have little bean toes and that's just freaking adorable. The little fox cat things. Oh, sure, yeah. No, I'll shoot. I'll set up Discord when we actually get in there, but I've still got a little bit more work to do in here. Linwell, Malwraith, nice. I never played it, even though I played Coliseum as a kid. Really enjoy Darkness. It's really sad because that's actually one of the few games I haven't played. I didn't get to play the Pokemon GameCube games because I didn't get a GameCube till later. Like, I got a GameCube like when the Wii was, like, right before the Wii came out. And me and Brick actually go way back. We're childhood best friends. We're adorable. Brick had the GameCube, and we would always go to his place and play games. I remember vividly Lego Star Wars. Brick, talking about that, I feel a Let's Play coming on. I think me and you should revisit some Lego Star Wars action, even if it's just a one-off. I think that'd be fun. Some nostalgia factor there. They're quite hard to find. Same with Flareon. Oh, you're talking about the Umbreon plushies. Yeah, it's mostly like the Jolteon, Espeon, and Sylveon are like the most common plushies. What is Gale of Darkness? Gale of Darkness was a more of an RPG. I mean, Pokemon is an RPG. It's more turn-based. Same thing. I'm just rambling again. Gale of Darkness was a GameCube game. It was a lot darker than the mainline games. It looks really cool, and I never got to play it. Linwell, so how does that work with Mega Evolution since they can't hold Mega Stones in banks? They just get an extra copy in the box. Yeah, that's one of the loopholes. Technically, you don't have to catch Mega Evolutions for the OCD Dex Challenge. It's an optional section, but I just figured, since I'm going this far, I might as well just get them. And yeah, so basically the game that I want to move them over to, I'll have to have all the stones and stuff. So they can't hold items in bank, but they'll just have a slot that I can go get them out of. Electrode scares me. We're running from that, and we can't escape. That's not good. Electrode likes to self-destruct and explode and just wreck us, so we're not doing that. Let's see. We're talking about Mega Evolution. Gale of Darkness is the one with Dark Lugia. Like I was saying, it was on the GameCube. It was kind of like Pokemon, but it was more open world. It wasn't super linear. You had options that you could do stuff with, and you had to, no, not another crit. 200 XP. We want the 8s. Making us grind, man. Okay, Dark Lugia. Yeah, you had to make dark Pokemon. You had to convert them back to. You had to bring them back to the light. I'm probably not doing this game any justice because I never got to play it. So, yeah, there's that. There's another playthrough we could do. We're getting a lot of ideas, guys. I like it. I would love to play Gale of Darkness. I'd have to figure out how I'm gonna record that unless I just use Dolphin. I feel like that's not the same though. I don't want to do that. I could probably set up like an older capture card for that and do some GameCube footage. It would kind of be in a weird square instead of the rectangle, but we can make it work. I'll look into it. My Gale of Darkness, Darth Victor, my inner child is ready. Oh, that's about the Lego Star Wars, I'm guessing, right? Sorry, I kind of fell behind on the chat. Ooh, we're poisoned. Let's fix that. We need heals. Full heals, not full restores. I did that last stream, and that was just embarrassing. Let's catch up with you guys here. Oh, GameCube, never mind. I only got to play GameCube at McDonald's, and they only had the Mario Sunshine game on it. Mario Sunshine was a really good game, though. I've actually been really wanting to go back and finish that game. I never beat it. I'm just going to put that out there right now. That's actually a sad fact about my childhood, and I'm not going to say I had a crappy childhood because I definitely didn't overall. But I never finished games as a kid. Like, I would get so far and then a new game would come out, or my friend would get a game and then I would just play that instead and forget about the other game, and then I never finished it. And that's actually something that I want to do on the channel. I don't know if I'll stream them all or not because it's a lot of games. There's a series I had an idea for called Replay Value, which is basically classic games that I never played or finished. So you guys get to see me, like, most of you have probably played them or finished them, so you know all the spoilers that I have no idea what's coming up. So I thought that would be like a fun little thing so that I'm not just playing, you know, Pokemon in just mainstream games. Like I said, I want to be the guy that you can come hang out, play games with, and not just like, oh, he's just another streamer kind of thing. Like, I'll play old games that I never got to play, and you guys know all the twists and turns that are going to happen, and I have no idea. And I feel like if I saw that as a viewer, that would be cool because I know what's going to happen, but the person on screen doesn't. So I feel like that would be a fun way to interact with you guys. And Electrode, no, we're not doing this because he tries to explode and kill us. Please don't do it, Swift. That's fine. You can Swift all you want. Just don't explode. Like that. Oh, no. That's going to hurt. We're going to die. Okay. Charizard, buddy. Dragonair gets all the experience and gets to level 53. That's good. There's the bright side. Let's pause that real quick. Let me catch up with you guys. I'm sorry. GameCube. We just talked about the GameCube and Mario Sunshine. Mallory was talking to Kitten Hawk, and it's a more story-driven Pokemon game that is more focused on fighting the antagonist group, which are producing shadow Pokemon as a way to make them more powerful. It's a really fun, fresh mechanic of purifying shadow Pokemon. Also, double battles are very common, which I really enjoy. I didn't know about the double battles. That's exciting. I really love the double battle mechanics. Darth Victor, do Pokemon Snap. Yes, we are doing Pokemon Snap. I love that game. There have been rumors, but there's never been any solid proof of a Pokemon Snap game on the Switch, but that needs to happen. I would love that. Coliseum hasn't aged well. This is Linwell, but they really fixed some of the issues with darkness. Yes, I love Pokemon Snap. I want to play that, and yes, Pokemon Snap. Yeah, Gale of Darkness. If I don't play it, Kitten Hawk, you definitely should. For those of you who are new, Kitten Hawk, that is my lady. Today is our anniversary. Just putting that out there. 2 years. We're freaking cute. So, she's been talking about playing more games, so that'd be something fun for you to play is Gale of Darkness. let's see, Pokemon Snap. We're definitely doing Pokemon Snap. I would love to have you guys on for that. We can just do some episodes. We could switch it up. 4 votes. Pokemon Snap is happening. I'll have to figure out how to get that captured. I may have to do an emulator just so it's not super ugly. We'll get it figured out. I have never beat any Mario game, Kitten Hawk. I haven't either. That's okay. Malwraith, I love the 3D Mario series. Sunshine and Galaxy are both wonderful, and I got so hyped about Odyssey. I actually borrowed a copy of Odyssey from my friend who may be in this chat, Broom. I haven't seen him in chat yet, but he usually watches. He's a regular. Borrowed a copy from him. I played for like 2 days in a row, and then I put it down and never picked it up. It seems to be a recurring theme now, doesn't it? I should be running around and grinding while we're doing this. Sorry. It seems to be a recurring theme that I just don't finish games, and that's kind of what this is all about. This keeps me in check. This makes me, finish the things that, Charizard is dead. Okay. You're not an Electrode. You're not a Magneton. You're just a Parasect. That's fine. You're 8 levels above us, which is a little scary because that's a very strong slash. Let's see. Kitten Hawk. I will. Yay, 2 years. So you do want to play Gale of Darkness. I'm getting all out of sync here with you guys, and I'm so sorry. Aromatherapy. What does that do? I actually don't know what that move does, and I'm kind of concerned. Alright, anyone for a one-off of Hey You Pikachu? That would be so fun. Dude, when you come home, like, you or Brick, or both of you, we should definitely do that. We can just be really obnoxious and do drunk Hey You Pikachu. Just saying. Put that out there. I'd watch it. Kitten Hawk, we forgot to text him. We did. Let Broom know we're on. Broom's adorable, and he is following, and he's subscribed, but he doesn't pay attention to the notifications. I have to physically go out of my way to text him and tell him I'm online. Dragonair, no, buddy. Use next Pokemon. No. I guess we have to. Lapras, come on. That was upsetting. I got distracted. That's okay. You guys are totally worth it. Let's see. Yeah, Gale of Darkness. If I get to play with Eevee, I'm all for it. Yeah, we can make that happen. I can do Pokemon Snap, you can do Gale of Darkness, and you can play a level or 2 on Pokemon Snap, or you can do Pokemon Snap with me. Like, we can do our own Let's Plays. We can do a Pokemon Snap race. There's an idea. Do I have any revives? I have 4 revives, but I don't have any heals. As long as we're not fighting Electrodes, half-health Charizard is pretty decent. We were supposed to buy heals when we went out to the Pokemon Center, and I totally didn't, so that kind of sucks. If we see an Electrode, we're screwed. Let's see how close we are to leveling up, because once we get to 54, we're dropping that last rare candy. Let's see. 10,333 XP. Mal, do you live around us? Mal is a good minute away from us, as far as I know. Mal, I'll plan a trip out there then. It'll be a good time, and sadly, no, my home is up in the Great White North of Minnesota. I will wreck you with Pokemon Snap, bro. Let's go then. Pokemon Snap race. Let's make it happen. Level 60. Alright, so we need 10,000. There's 500. We need 20 battles. Well, now we need 19. Wobbuffet. Last time we got wrecked with Wobbuffet, I think, so we're not messing with that. Alright, so we've got... Oh no, Shadow Tag. Okay. Flamethrower? Make a trip out here. That'd be fun. Do a road trip. Do some gameplays together. Hang out. We should wait, and you should do it around con season if you can. I don't know how your schedule works, because I know you got stuff going on. You'll be home soon. But we should try to make A-Con happen. That'd be fun. You can come crash with us. We can do A-Con. We can do some vlogs. We can do some streams. We can just nerd it up. It'd be fun. Mean look. Oh no, we can't run away from you. It's not like we weren't trying to kill you. Bye-bye. Alright, Darth Victor, I'm going to go warm up on Overwatch. Scream if you need me. Okay, we will definitely do that. We'll see you here in a little bit. Let's see. I tried to block your region because we're talking about breeding and it thinks it's sexual. Ew. Here, I'll let it in. It's fine. We're talking about Pokemon. We're not being gross. Let's see. Kitten Hawk, I tried warming up and I sucked at the stupid game. I'm not Torb enough. You need to go full attack Torb. Right now I'm breeding for duplicates in Crystal. I decided I didn't want to just strip the game by transferring all Pokemon. I figure if I ever want to have access to Pokemon from that game, I could breed them again in the future without have to replay for them. Yeah, facepalm. Yeah, the bots are dumb. That's why I want to get actual chat mods instead of chat bots. But we're still new here. We'll get there. Alright, let's just click that flamethrower and get you out of here. I've been trying to plan a trip to LA for E3 this year, but hey, keep me updated on awesome cons in the area and I'll see what I can do. Alright, so we are in Texas without, giving away too much. DFW area. The reason I bring that up is A-Kon is an anime and game convention out in Dallas, and it is the biggest, I'm pretty sure still to this day, it is the biggest anime convention in the US. So, just saying, I know you are a fellow weeb and a lover of games. You should come. It's great. Ask Brick, we've gone. It's fantastic. We didn't get to go this year because I started a new job, same company, different location, and I had requested off, but the other people had the time slot off for different reasons, which I wouldn't be as mad if they had the same time slot off for the convention, like fine, you beat me to it kind of thing, but like they had the week off for something, I don't know, personal stuff. Sounds like perfect cosplay grounds. Dude, I would love to. We should go as Team Skull. Just gonna put that out there. So, just everyone in the chat, anyone in the Texas area or willing to come to Texas for A-Kon, Team Skull, group cosplay. We'll figure out a day. Let's do it. Oh, my bad. No, you're good, Brick. When is next A-Kon? A-Kon's in June, so like almost a year away, which gives people time to plan. Kadabra. Let's just hit that flamethrower, which we're running out of. I lost count of our XP though. We'll gotta check on that. Get out of here. Cool, time to get in shape. Yep, we're gonna work out every day. All day, every day. No, you're perfect. You stop it. $5.98. Let's see how we're looking, because I lost count. Get all Captain America like Darth Victor. $5,571. Halfway there. Living on a prayer. Take my hand. We'll make it. I swear. Alright. Last flamethrower. I think we have ethers. If not, we'll just move to Dragon Claws. So 9 more fights. Unless we can get lucky and find some Dittos. No Boba Fett. Dragon Claw. Destiny Bond. If he dies, we die. Great. Alright, we'll Dragon Claw again because that's not going to kill him. Go for counter and it fails. That's good. Let's switch to Lapras. Shadow tag prevents switching, so we're gonna die. That's clever. Shadow tag Destiny bonds. Oh, Destiny bond has to be that next turn, right? I totally derped. I forget how to Pokemon sometimes, and it's the main game on my channel. Time for another Pokemon question. What is everyone's favorite final evolution starter? So, starter final evolutions. Ooh, okay. Let's see. Like, out of all of them, or like for each gen? Because depending on the answer to that makes it an easier or more difficult question. Dark Victor says Charizard. Malray says Typhlosion. Next we got some fire trainers in the house. I love it. Destiny Bond works different in old gens. Well, that's lucky for us. And Primarina. I really like Primarina's design. I think Primarina, the whole, I almost called him Litwick for some really dumb reason. Poplio. He's using roleplay. Copy my blaze. The whole Poplio line would have been really cool with gender variants. Sceptile is a close second. Sceptile is pretty cool. Mega Sceptile is really awesome. It's a really hard question because I'm leaning towards Charizard because of nostalgia. Delphox is good, but even though I've only played, I'm gonna tell myself here, I've only played the Gen 4 games one time and never touched them again. Torterra is a really cool design. Like if I had to go from like nostalgia and like what I liked and remembered the most, probably Charizard, or Feraligatr, because I put a lot of time into gold. You know, I'm gonna go Feraligatr, but Torterra is a really cool design. The World Turtle, I can't speak today. The World Turtle design is really cool. I'm hoping we can get through to evolve because we're running out of moves. I'd say if I had to put the ones I was talking about in order, I'd go Feraligatr, Charizard, Torterra. Alright, Dragonair, how are we looking? 1,314. Let's put that Lapras in the front. She's got full health. Parasect. I was gonna say we should have kept Charizard, but we don't have Flamethrower, so it's fine. Let's go for an Ice Beam. There we go. It's about a little less than 900. So let's make our way out of the cave. We should run into enough Pokemon on the way out. So we need to heal everybody up, and I want to evolve. I want to drop the rare candy at the Pokemon Center. Ice Beam. Alright, since we're all hanging out, we're all talking favorites. We did evolutions. We did final starter evolutions. Favorite game. Or at least favorite gen. You know, very cliche, very vanilla. But still, a good question. Good way to bond over Pokemons. Let's go for the Surf. Linwell, I also need to encounter Raikou so I can catch Ho-Oh. Kittenhawk, I wish Incineroar was better. Linwell, 160 hours and still no Raikou. Jeez! That sucks. Like, I could definitely understand that for, like, shiny Raikou. The fact that it hasn't shown up for you in 160 hours altogether is ridiculous. I'm so sorry. Ice Beam. Kittenhawk says, favorite game, X. I read that completely wrong. Favorite game, X. There we go. I can English, I swear. Ironically, you already know this, but everybody else, I started X. No, I started Y, and I never finished it. Seems fitting, doesn't it? But I came up with the OCD-X project in the middle of playing X or Y, X and Y, Gen 7, in the middle of playing Gen 7 for the first time. So I just kind of stopped, and I've never finished it. So I'm going to finish that for the first time on stream. So that's going to be fun. Darth Brichter, I was a big fan of the original Ruby and Sapphire when they came out, but favorite one has to be Crystal. Malwraith, Gen 2 because of Umbreon, or Gen 4 for Lucario. Linwell says Crystal. So that's 2 votes for Crystal, and I think I'm going to lean towards that too, because the Gen 2 games, I'm just going to put it out here right now, Gold and Silver are easily one of the best sequels to a video game. They added a lot, they fixed a lot. You got to go back to the first gen. It was so cool. And then Crystal built upon that. We are going to cheese so hard right now and not even surf. We're just going to fly like a good 20 feet. I'm going to agree with Crystal. Crystal is really fun. Is really good. It built on Gold and Silver. That's what I was saying. Sorry. It added to it. It added graphically. I was going to try to say graphics and graphically at the same time. Updated the graphics a little bit, added the animated sprites, changed the story a little bit, made it a little bit darker, made it more interesting, and the fact that you get to go back and fight Red was so satisfying. Let's see. Kittenhawk. X is the only one I've played legitimately. I've played Heart Gold, but I had the cheat thing. Oh, the action replay. I didn't have a Game Boy growing up, so I never played the games like everyone else. Oh. Let's see. I was about to move you. I don't want to move you. We're going to evolve you. No, I'm doing the wrong thing. We're going to take this from you. We're going to go in the bag. We're going to go to the top. And we're going to use our last rare. Okay, we're going to push the wrong buttons to build up drama. Rare candy. Don't push the wrong Pokemon, Travis. Dragonair. Rare candy was used on Dragonair. Dragonair was elevated to level 55. What? I had no idea Dragonair is evolving. This is exciting, guys. Look at the big derpy. The big dopey wagon. I love him. Congratulations, your Dragonair evolved into Dragonite. He's such a dork. Dragonite is trying to learn Wing Attack, but it can't learn more than 4 moves. Delete a move and make room for Wing Attack. Let's get rid of... Twister's actually really weak, so let's get rid of Twister. You'll still get stabbed because of the flying move, so yeah, let's do that. Let's check you out. Dragonite. Prevents flinching. Oh, I almost knocked my water over. That would have been a disaster. Quirky Nature, at level 22. Prevents flinching. We just read that. I went the wrong way. Slam, Thunder Wave, Wing Attack, Dragon Rage. And a Safari Ball, which I kind of don't like, but it's okay. Bill's PC. Let's see. All right, I'm right with you, Kitten Hawk. I had to go back and catch up in my high school days. And Kitten Hawk says, now we have 3 and I still don't play them. I lived through Aedifex. OMG, Dragonite is Excalibur in dragon form. It really is. For those of you who are new, Excalibur is our cat. He is basically a Dragonite. He's adorkable. Let's get you put up here. He was actually in the Overwatch video, if you guys watched that. You know, his audio was. Give me a second, I'll show you. I'm not gonna go grab him because he won't like that, but this Excalibur. And I'm trying to capture a phone screen on a, oh, okay, here he is. This is Excalibur. He's my real life Pokemon. Thanks. Alright, so now that we've had our featured guest, we got to work on the breed box. So we're keeping Lapras and Charizard in the party because utility, we need to be able to fly and we need to be able to surf. Let's get ourselves our Ditto because we need to put him in the daycare. And who do we want to drop off first? Let's just go in order. I'll go for Farfetch'd. Adorkable, and Darth Victor says, oh god, this song. You know, it's because of our old podcast that I kept it. Just putting that out there. And a little nod to our me and Darth Victor used to do an anime podcast for like almost like half a year. But then we just kind of got overwhelmed with it and decided to do other things. It wasn't a sad or bad thing at all. We just kind of were like, oh my god, it's a lot of work. Anyways, this was the song we would use to intro it in, kind of like a radio show. And this is kind of like a little nod to my past creative works. I put it in the playlist, and it's the outro for my YouTube videos. A little bass drop. So, it's a little treat for you guys. Probably more so for me and Bricks. Gabriel, yo, hey, what's going on, man? Thanks for hanging out with us. Oh, I pushed the wrong one. I don't want to go to 1 island. I want to go to 4 island. Where do you want to sail? I want to go to 4 island. I'm going to run around and act a fool. Alright, let's get up here and let's actually cheese it. We're gonna go here. We have actually not introed for the series other than the beginning because we picked up from last stream a lot of montaging, but we got some really good stuff while I was hanging out. I really love that. Definitely want to use that in the video. So we are at the island. I'm going to cheese it up. I'm going to intro for the series real quick. And I probably should have outroed, but it's too late. We will just, we'll figure that out. I'll make it happen. Anyway, I'm going to intro for the series real quick. I'm going to cheese it up. Basically, every 30 minutes or so, I will cut for YouTube, so editing is a little bit easier. And like I said, I just kind of didn't do that and made some more work for myself, but it's fine. So give me 1 second. Let me be a nerd real quick, and then we'll just get right back into the game. What is up, freaks and geeks? Welcome back to another episode of the OCD Dex Challenge. Last time on FireRed, we did a lot of grinding in the cave. We got ourselves a Rhydon, and we finally got ourselves our Dragonite. That means our training and catching is finally completely done in FireRed. All we have left now is to breed some Pokemon. That's it. So we have made it to 4 Island. We've got Ditto, we've got Farfetch'd, and we've got Charizard and Lapras, our 2 utility Pokemon. So we can fly and we can surf if we need to get out of here. We're basically going to be running around in circles for a while, so we're all here to hang out. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to breed some Pokemon, we're going to run around in circles and look like an idiot, but we're going to look like an idiot together. So let's do it. Alright, so let's go ahead and get up into the daycare center. We are going to talk to this lady right here. I'm the daycare lady. We raise Pokemon for you. Would you like us to raise one? I would love for that to happen. Which Pokemon should we raise for you? You should take my Ditto. Fine, we'll raise your Ditto for a while. Come back for it later. We can raise 2 of your Pokemon. Would you like us to raise 1 more Pokemon for you? Yes, I would love for you to raise 1 more for me. And take this Chiding. Fine, we'll raise your Chiding for a while. I feel like that's just... She's like, fine, we can do this. Yeah, like being polite. But it's like that thing where you read text and you're never quite sure how they mean it emotionally. So I see it as, fine, we'll raise your Chiding for a while. Like she's just annoyed with me. Come back for it later. Since you don't care about your Pokemon. Like, come on, lady. Alright, so now we gotta run around in a circle. Until he takes a step out, I believe. I actually... Yet again, coinciding with our theme so far. Never finished FireRed. Leaf Green. Only started them. Got distracted. New games came out. And that was the end of that. And I was not kidding when I said we're going to run around in circles. Alright, so since we've been taking the Pokemon 20 Questions edition, let's continue the trend. We've done favorite game, we've done favorite final evolution, we've done favorite evolution. Let's go with favorite type. If you were, well, that'll be 2 questions. So first, what's your favorite type? I think as much as I'd like to try to be different and say something out there like Steel or Psychic, which I love both of those, but you know, not enough to justify it, I would say Fire or Ghost. Darth Breaker next. Favorite NPC next. We can definitely do that. And Dragon. Dragon's a really good type. Kitten Hawk says Fire. Malwraith says not a lot of utility, but Dark or Ghost. Yeah, see, that's what I was saying. Either Fire or Ghost for me, because I love there's a lot of Fire Pokemon that I really like, but Ghost Pokemon are really growing on me, especially with Mimikyu and Decidueye. Those are really cool designs coming out of Gen 7. And I think Mimikyu has become one of my favorite Pokemon. Because it's just adorable. It just wants to be a Pikachu and be loved. I need to talk to this guy because I don't know how breeding works in Gen 3. I'm going to be 100% honest with you. Oh, it's you. You're raising your Pokemon. My goodness, they were surprised. Your Pokemon had an egg. When did you tell me that? We don't know how it got here, but your Pokemon had it. Do you want it? Yes. Yes, I do want it. So, I was under the impression that he, like, steps out. I guess not. Unless they immediately had it. Like, oh well. Therefore, Richard Ding has grown by 4 levels. Yes, I want to take him back. Stop growing. Oh, it's okay. It's only 500. I thought it was going to be per level like the daycare at the beginning of the game. No, we want to leave our Gigolo. Oh, that's what I should have named him. Because he's Jiggly Jello. Alright, so we got our far-fetched egg, so you are now going to go in the trade box. This is for when I have to trade with myself. Lickitung. Now, I know Mime Jr. is Gen 4 question mark? I don't remember, and I feel dumb. Anyway, we won't get a Mime Jr. We'll get a baby Mr. Mime. But Smoochum is Gen 2, so I think we may get a Smoochum when we breed Jinx. Mark. Oh, hi, Mark. Oh, bye, Mark. Alright, and so I was saying earlier, it's probably like a 2-part question, but we did favorite type. What's your favorite gym? Like, not your favorite gym, that's stupid. I guess that's actually a decent question, what's your favorite gym, but that's not what I was going for. If you could be a gym leader, what would your theme be? So, this doesn't mean you necessarily have to be a single, like a monotype trainer. I'm going more along the lines of, if your team had a theme, and you're a gym leader, what would it be? Like, one example that I like to use when we're talking about stuff like this, and a type challenge that I'm definitely going to do for X and Y, is dinosaurs. So, like, like Tyranitar, Aerodactyl. I totally just forgot the T-Rex's name and I feel dumb. Bastiodon, stuff like that. Like if you had a theme, if you had a themed team, what would it be? Your Pokemon had an egg. We don't know how it got here. How am I supposed to know that there's an egg without just stopping and talking to them every single time? I feel like I've gotten spoiled with the... Oh no, my capture card. What just happened? Hang on. Give me a second, guys. Alright, we're going to switch screens real quick and I'm going to get this fixed up. Sorry. Technical difficulties. I'm going to mute my mic. All right, we're back. So I may have done a bad. I let it die, and we haven't saved recently, so we may have lost some progress, which sucks. So it's gonna be a second before I can get it all set back up, and we'll see what happened, and we'll see where we're at. And if we have to grind back to where we just were, we may stop and take a break and do a different game. I might just catch us up to where we were off screen, since we were here. And you guys saw it. And I have the footage. I do have it recorded. Oh no, yeah, I know, it sucks. That's why you always plug everything in. Always. So give me a second. Let's see where it's saved at. I honestly think I did really bad and we didn't save. Let's get this all set back up. Okay, let's see. Let's get this running. Alright, there's our start screen. Kitten Hawk, I don't think you have saved this whole time. Oh, no. But like I said, yeah, I don't think I did either, guys. I think I did really bad. I think we just played for an hour straight and may have just lost that hour. Okay, so 119. Switch Rhyhorn with Rhyhorn. Oh no. Managed to feed the Pokemon Ditto. Move right on from the party to Gen Alt 2. Save it to Ruined City. I think this is where we started, guys. No! This is why you plug everything in, guys. Use this as a warning. Don't be me. Do as I say, not as I do. That's okay. That's alright. It sucks, but it's not like we've been playing all day. We just lost a grind. So, yeah. That was like an hour worth of stuff that we just lost. Ironically, an hour worth of stuff when we only lost 2 Pokemon and 1 egg. So, the good thing is we don't have corrupt save data, you know, silver lining. So, oh man, we just did all of that. I think the best thing to do is just save it again, you know, where we're at. Switch games, take a break, don't get mad at it. It's not its fault, it's my fault. I have the footage, which I think I'll still use the footage. I think what we're going to do is use the footage that we just did all of that through. After we finish playing Overwatch, we'll play off screen, or I could stream it and we could just do it again. We'll see which one comes out better. I guess that's up to you guys. Do you want to do it again? Or do you want me to go do it and come back to where we were? Because I'm cool with either one. But after messing up like that, I do want to take a break. So we'll switch games. But I'm not going to leave quite yet. I'm going to see what you guys want to do. We'll figure it out. Let's see. All right, back to previous question, though. Evolutions. I strive to make this team every single time I play a mainline game, especially the later ones, or a quadrup team such as Arcanine, Absol, Luxray, Vaporeon, Lycanroc, and Shaman. It's like them Game Boy... Oh, I kept reading that as one giant message. Darth Victor, it's like them Game Boy days, man. Running out of battery sucked. It does. And I can't believe I didn't pay attention to that. I've been good about it for like the whole month we've been on this project. And then the day that we almost finished the game, I forget. I mean, like I said, I've been working a lot because we've got that big corporate walkthrough coming through. So I think sleep deprivation may have just messed me up right there. Let's see. I like that lineup, Mel. That's what Kitten Hawk says, and I agree. That sounds pretty fun. I like the idea of a dinosaur team. We talked about this a long time ago, like when we were in Vermilion City the first time. Someone came up with a Game of Thrones team and a Fallout team, and those are really cool. I have them saved somewhere. I'll find those. Like, it was a really cool idea, and that could be some team challenges that we do. Let's see. I guess we can just kind of hang out and talk a little bit while I figure out what to do here. Honestly, I'm probably going to switch to Overwatch. Like, I hope you guys are okay with that. I'm kind of a little bummed out at myself and at the game that I didn't save it. I really thought I saved when we got Dragonite in the box, but I'm now that I'm thinking about it, we just looked at the stats and everything, and then we're like, okay, cool, let's fly. And we went to Vermilion and went to the islands and stuff. That's where I should have saved. And that's on me. So, yeah. I'd mentioned it earlier. I don't think anybody responded. The cute charm. If you guys heard that, are you guys cool with that? Like, I don't want to do something and like you guys be like, oh, well, that's lame. That's not legit. That's cheating. And I don't want you guys to think that. And that's why I said I would do it as a little spin-off series, if nothing else, just because it looks really fun. But yeah, I just want to get your guys' opinion. I don't want to bug you about it. I guess let's close out of here then. Let's see. Let's put this count back at 153 until we decide if we're gonna play again or if we're gonna keep the footage. So that went back down. Those notes are saved. Didn't change those. That's the music. I need to leave that alone. Kitten Hawk, I think it's okay, but that's just me. The people that I've talked to off stream seem to think it's a cool idea. Like Shane liked it. He's working, so that's why he's not here. He's another one of our regulars. Let's see. Sorry, I'm just kind of trying to recover from that because that sucks. Let's get this all taken apart. And get you plugged in. Leave you plugged in. Wait, and Vanessa, hi, hey! How you guys doing? You just missed something really sad, Wade and Vanessa. My DS died in the middle of us playing, and I hadn't saved all stream, and it was great. We lost about an hour worth of stuff, so that kind of sucks. So we're actually about to switch games, and you get that all set up. So the stream's gonna go down for a minute while I change the games and everything, just for the archive, like when you come to videos and stuff. I noticed last time when I switched games and kept the stream going, the title will change, and that threw some people off. Other than just losing an hour of gameplay, I'm doing pretty good. I'm glad to hear you guys are doing good. So give me a second. We're gonna go down for a minute, and then we will come right back with some Overwatch. Mal, Darth Picture, Kitten Hawk, do you guys want to jump in? If anybody's got Overwatch on PC, you are more than welcome to join us. The more the merrier. So give me a few minutes. The stream's going to go down. We will be right back. We're switching games, and I'm taking it down instead of just leaving a loading screen, so that when people come to the archive, it's a little easier to navigate, and also it'll be easier for me when I'm recording. So be back in a few minutes, guys.